We're very thankful for the events of the last 3 days from each and every one of the players, coaches, selectors from each of the 2 countries, and I'd like you to, overall, please put your hands together and thank and congratulate the players from Australia and New Zealand. I'd like to welcome to the presentation area Bowls Australia President, Mr Joe Ahrens, OAM, and from Bowls New Zealand, their President, Mr Trevor McComish. To most of you, I know that you're probably very familiar with the scores and the results as they panned out after the 3 days, and we will just work through the trophies as they stand. We will present the women's trophy first, and it gives me great pleasure to invite to the stage Australian team captain Lindsay Armitage to come and accept the women's trophy for the Trans Tasman 2012 after a 2-1 victory after the 3 tests.
Thank you. I'd just like to say on behalf of the Aussie girls a big thanks to the Kiwis. We always have a really good fight and a really great competition on the green, and it could have gone either way, and to come down to the last day and last game was very exciting, so well done to you girls. Well done to our boys and the Kiwi boys as well. We always have great rivalry, so it's really good. Thank you to Lockleys. The greens were interesting, and I'm sure they'll be getting better and better as the months go on, and looking forward to the World Championships. Thank you to our staff, Dobbo, Faye, Pete, Sam, Glass, who had to duck off quickly. We very well looked after, and we couldn't have done this without you. Thanks to all the officials, Bowls Australia, everyone that's helped putting this together, and all the best to the Kiwis travelling home. It's been great prep for the World Bowls, and we'll see you again in November. Thank you.
Thanks, Lindsay. Time to present the men's trophy, and in a similar result on a 2-1 test result, again Australia are the victors, and I'd like to welcome Aaron Sheriff to the stage to collect that on behalf of the Australian men's team. Trevor McComish will present.
Just on behalf of the men's team, we'd like to thank the Kiwi guys. Another great series come down to the last few ends. To our girls, congratulations. To Lockleys, thank you for everything. Ladies in the kitchen, the lunches, the green staff, the greens were very good. To our support staff, thank you very much for everything that you do. We really appreciate all the efforts that you put in to make our trip really easy. So thank you, and have a safe trip to everyone.
Thanks, Aaron. And to the overall trophy, which by the methods of deduction goes to Australia again on a 4-2 test result, and Joe Ahrens will present the trophy, the overall trophy for the 2012 Trans Tasman to coach of the side here at the moment. As Lindsay alluded to, Steve Glasson had to duck off, so Robbie Dolan, could you please come forward and accept the overall trophy on behalf of Australia.
Yep. You don't yes, I'm you. It's a bust. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Trevor. Ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned, I'm over the world with sort of our team this week. We had a bit of work to do for World Bowls. I think we're on the right track, hopefully. To the New Zealand contingent, we knew it was always going to be a hard test. It always is. It's good for us to win it. We haven't won it for a little while, so I appreciate this trophy to take home, Joe. I hope you have a safe trip home. As far as Lockleys are concerned, it's a great place to come and play bowls. They've looked after us for 12 months now, sort of coming down backwards and forwards to here. So the green staff, everybody that sort of does the lunches and everything else that sort of happens here, we thank you for that. We'll be back quite a few times actually between now and World Bowls, and thank you for all your help. Safe trip home, New Zealanders. Thanks again. Bye.
Thanks, Robbie. My pleasure now just to introduce to you the Bowls New Zealand President, Mr. Trevor McComish, to come up and say a few words on behalf of his country and also Australia.
Thank you, Andrew. President Joe, the two teams, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I'd like to commend the teams on the performances we've seen over the past 3 days. I think you'll all agree the standard of bowls has been extremely high, and the differences between the two teams isn't as far apart as the results indicate. The other thing I'd like to say is, whilst the competition on the green was fierce, the friendship and camaraderie between the two teams off the green has been tremendous. And I'd like to congratulate both teams on that. I'd also like to thank Bowls Australia for putting on this event, and the team in the back office who's kept it running properly. For the technical officials who've been out there sorting out whatever problems there may have been, thank you very much. But also I'd like to reiterate what everyone else has said about Lockleys Bowling Club. The hospitality here has been tremendous. The green staff have done a tremendous job. The ladies in the kitchen, the ladies behind the bar, and the people just servicing the tournament. Thank you very much, Lockleys. And as an indication of our appreciation, I'd like the President to come up and receive a plaque on behalf of Bowls New Zealand. Thank you very much, Bill.
I would just like to say that it's a pleasure to, on behalf of Lockleys, to host this event. I don't have anything to do with outside. There's experts here that know a lot more about that than me. I just look after inside. I was conscious that each time you come, we either give you wraps or bread rolls, make your own. And so this time I said, well, let's do something a little different. So I hope you enjoyed your meals, and we look forward to you coming back and then to the World Bowls. And thank you very much. It's our pleasure.
And before I finish up, I'd just like to say that the New Zealand team is looking forward very much to November when we can meet you again, and hopefully the result will be completely different. Thank you.
Thanks, Trevor, and we look forward to seeing you again in November too with your team and support staff here. Ladies and gentlemen, time now to welcome the Bowls Australia President, Mr. Joe Aarons, to say a few words and to make a couple of special presentations.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. President Trevor and Kerry, CEO of Bowls New Zealand. It's a pleasure to have you here. It's the first time I've met Trevor, and of course I've known Kerry for quite some time. But it's always a pleasure to have you over here instead of us being over there. To the two sides that played off today, the Australian players and the New Zealand players, well done to both of you. The camaraderie off the green is great to see, but the fierceness on the green is something else. And congratulations to all of you, and we wish you well if and when you get to World Bowls. To the technical officials and the markers, thank you very much for your input into this tournament. Without you, it would never ever be able to be played. So we appreciate from Bowls Australia the efforts that you put in, knowing that you're all volunteers and you get here somehow and you conduct yourselves in a great atmosphere and a great, very professional way. Thank you very much for your input. To the volunteers from the club, from Lockleys, thank you very much for what you've done. It's already been said about the lunches and everything else, but it's the cleaning up after we go, the bringing the club back to a pristine condition before we get here in the mornings. And they're the volunteers that we'd like to thank, as well as Lockleys itself for hosting this particular tournament. And talking about that, if you'd like to come up again, Bill. Bill, on behalf of Bowls Australia, I'd like to present this plaque as a memorial or a memento, of this tournament being held here this year. And congratulations on the great job that the club has done.
Thank you. I think I've said enough. Thank you.
And now, if you'd like to come up, Trevor. On behalf of Bowls Australia, Trevor, we'd like to present you with a plaque just as a memory of the Trans Tasman 2012 that we hold here at Lockleys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And lastly, have a safe trip back. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. On behalf of Bowls Australia, I now close this tournament.